from the vacuum tubes to the transistors, how we even grown in terms of our technology. So there used to be a huge processing that used to be involved when we need to do a small operation also in earlier days when they are introducing computer. These days, every operation, like you are seeing this video very smoothly because of all the processing and great power to the silicon transistors that were invented. So every computer, when we give some instruction, it will follow three operations called fetch, decode, and execute. So all these are possible with a simple introduction of a transistor. So transistors are basically a switch which can connect a wire or connect a wire and send an electricity or break a wire without sending. So it's basically 1 or a 0. So all these executions and all this processing is happening based off 1 0, and there is a whole branch of a mathematics that is dedicated to ones and zeros called Boolean Algebra. So that made possible all this computation. And let's go how this particular generally how processing happens in our computers these days. So generally we need what exactly a computer does. It's a compute or a storage. So basically compute happens because of arithmetic logic unit and a control unit and a RAM. So whole computation happens here. So generally when we send an instruction, so that instructions are the temporary memory for the instructions are saved in RAM, and then our CPU, our control unit will retrieve that and send to ALU, and once the operation is executed, it will be saved back into the register, and then it gives us the output. And so let's go how RAM was built. So RAM is built using multiple latches. So latch is basically a memory unit which is processed by saving some delays present in a binary gates. So RAM contains a series and rows and vectors of latches, and that made possible the storage very easy while computer is processing. And how ALU works is basically by building editors and multipliers and subtractors using all the logic gates, so that ALU is like additions and subtractions with the help of Boolean algebra. ALU is processing our operations. So let's assume that with the help of our transistors and transistor and all the switches, we have made our CPU. So what we are exactly sending CPUs are data, and what it is doing processing. So it can process only particular amount of data in particular amount of time. So this happens in cycles. So this particular time how the CPU processes the data is called clock cycles, and these operations are performed in nanoseconds or even microseconds by a processing unit, so that we won't expect any delay in our calculations.